like Acho has been alluding to since the beginning of this show, we got to talk about Russell Wilson finally clapping back, man. It's been crazy. First and foremost, Sean Payton had media availability and had some shots to throw.
Y'all turn your volume up.
I'll let you guys take a listen.
Turn your volume up.
I have a ton of respect for that organization. I spent 4 of my early years there, coordinating Super Bowl, first game in this stadium before 9/11. Close with the mayor, Tisch family, and they found a little spark with that quarterback. I was talking to John Mayer not too long ago, and I said we were hoping that change would have happened long after our game. I have a ton of respect.
Saying that essentially Sean saying that he was hoping that change would happen because he wanted to play against Russ, thinking that Russ was sweet. Also, I don't know. Yeah, no, we got to see what Russ said.
What did Russ say?
Classless but not surprised. Woo! Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later though through the media.
Hey, round of applause.
Get it, Russ.
You stop what you're doing right now back there and you clap. And you clap for this. You clap for this.
Russ clapping back, man. What's y'all's take on this? Do y'all love the Russ clap back? Do you think it was petty? What do you think?
Sound off, brother.
Russ, I am so proud of you for finally taking the low road. Because every now and then, bruh, Jesus loved a lot of people, but he flipped some tables too. And I like flipping table Russell Wilson. Sean Payton been trying Russell Wilson since the day he met Russell Wilson when he said, and I quote, "Russ, you need to stop kissing all those babies." Russell Wilson added 26 touchdowns to 8 interceptions his last year in Denver with Sean Payton. Sean Payton said he wanted to bench Russell Wilson because of bad performance. That was a lie. Sean Payton wanted Russell Wilson to remove the injury guarantee in his contract just in case Russell Wilson went onto the field and got hurt. Do your research, fact check me, in case Russell Wilson went onto the field and got hurt so that the Denver Broncos would not owe Russell Wilson any more money in case he had a career-threatening injury. And Russell Wilson never revealed the secret that that's what the Denver Broncos organization was up to. Sean Payton wants to go to the podium now that Sean Payton has moved on to greener pastures and Russell Wilson has moved on to greener pastures, and Sean Payton still wants to throw shade, but because Russell Wilson is a kind man, Sean Payton thought Russell Wilson wasn't going to snap back. I love this Russell Wilson. Yeah. Finally, he found the off-ramp and found the low road. He been on the high road. I'm tired of high road Russell Wilson. And it's not to say that Russell Wilson isn't kind, but sometimes Russell Wilson, you got to let them know stop trying you. Legion of Boom has tried Russell Wilson. Pete Carroll has tried Russell Wilson. Richard Sherman, Doug Baldwin, Marshawn Lynch have all tried Russell Wilson. Russ, remind everybody the Seahawks were sorry before you. Remind everybody the Seahawks were sorry up until this year after you. Pete Carroll didn't win nothing without Russell Wilson.
True.
DBs was still there. He didn't win nothing without Russell Wilson. 7-9 record, 7-9 record. Look it up. Don't fact check me. Don't just take my word. Russell Wilson helped the Seahawks go to 2 Super Bowls and win 1. And Pete Carroll ain't won a gosh darn thing without Russell Wilson. And Sean Payton, you still waiting on you to win some games. Let me remind everybody, Sean Payton showed up in Denver and his defense gave up 70 points. Hello. Sean Payton, can you coach? Because you was over here trying to bench Russell Wilson, and your team was sorry. 70 points in a game to the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah.
70 points in an NFL game? Russell Wilson beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Denver for the first time since 2015. It was 2023. And you want to bench him after that and try to suggest that Russell Wilson can't play the quarterback position? No. Russ, you got to start checking these folk, and I'm glad you started checking these folk. But Russ, this just the beginning. And don't worry, you got some soldiers behind you. Because if you want other people to shoot at Sean Payton, I'm right there with you, bruh. I'm right there with you. I defend Russell Wilson the person. Too many people come at Russell Wilson the person. Does Russell Wilson struggle on the field at times? Duh. Several people do. Is Russell Wilson still a Hall of Famer? I would also suggest duh. He had a 10-year illustrious career, and the last 4 he's been trying to figure it out. But Sean Payton, for what, bro? Yeah. For what? Yeah. For what? Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, that's well said right there. But I'm proud of Russ.
Thank you.
Because for me, it takes a lot to get me mad. But when you do get me there, move out the way, Care Bear. Don't hold me back. Jay is cool, none of that. I done already took all the other stuff on the chin and I done let it go.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm not even playing, and you taking shots at me, basically saying I'm soft.
Yep.
Because that's what you was calling me when I was there.
Yep.
Now you taking shots at me, basically saying I'm sorry, and I'm not as good as a first-year rookie quarterback. We was hoping it happened after us. We wanted to play Russell Wilson because we don't think he's that good. That's basically what you're saying. So this is the kind of response you're going to get from me.
Yeah.
And I applaud Russ for coming at him like that and saying that. I would have came at him a long time ago for disrespecting me like that, not even as a football player, as a man.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's what Sean Payton is doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want something. So if you want to meet me in the parking lot of the gas station or something, just say that. Because it's obviously something that you don't like about me that you keep bringing my name up. I'm not even on your team, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't even play today, bro. And you talking about me?
Yeah.
And shooting shots at me?
Talk about it, Jay.
Okay. All right, so this is what you're going to get. And to be honest with you, everything's off limits now. Have a bad game, Sean Payton. Make a bad call. I'm finna be putting all this stuff and tweeting all this stuff and bringing all this stuff to the light. Because you're right, Acho. Since you got to Denver, you ain't been like
You ain't
that,
done
bro.
nothing.
Shoot,
You ain't done nothing.
since you won the Super Bowl in New Orleans, you had 1 or 2 good years. You ain't really been like that.
Correct.
And you done had a lot of stuff connected to your name too, not good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody bringing that stuff up, but you continue wanting to talk about me. I applaud Russ for coming at him like that, man. It should have happened a long time ago.
And
But
James is right. It should have happened a long time ago.
because it ain't been about football.
Correct.
It hasn't been about football with Sean
And you know
Payton
what
and
I
Russ.
hate, bruh? James is like, so often people try the nice guy. You feel me? And they try the dude who think they ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
I remember in Philly, I won't say the dude's name, but dude kept trying me, defensive lineman. And finally, after we broke a huddle one time, it was a team huddle, we broke it. Chip Kelly had called us all up. And I said, bruh, if you're gonna do something, do something.
Do something.
Because you keep chirping. Chirp, 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 chirp. And at this point in time, I'm like, I'd rather just fight you and let the chips fall where the hell they finna fall. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
if you keep
rather than
chirping, you're not going to do nothing.
Of course. That's why they chirping. Like, Sean Payton knows who he can try. And the problem is, if we're being honest right now, Russ has made himself very tryable.
No doubt. No doubt.
He's made himself. I know Russell Wilson. Me and Russell Wilson, we first met at the Senior Bowl before either of us were ever in the NFL. We met at an All-Star game. So I've known Russell Wilson for a long time, pre-Sierra, pre-all of that. And the dilemma is, Russell Wilson, for so long, has held on to this phenomenal image, and it's real. Like, Russ is just a great man, a God-fearing man, and all that. But Russell Wilson has leaned way too much into lamb and not enough into lion. And y'all pick that up if y'all go to church first service, second service, or third. He leans way too much into, like, the meek, kind, gentle, and not enough into giant.
But
This was giant.
I can understand that if you're talking about football. Once you start talking about me as a man and disrespecting me as a man, we on to something totally different.
Yeah.
This ain't even on the football no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man has came at this dude, stop kissing babies and all that.
Come on,
That's
bro.
calling another man soft, basically.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And every single time I'm around, you bring my name up. That has nothing to do with football,
Correct.
bruh.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if we gonna do
Correct.
that, man, I would have been up in Sean Payton's office. I would have been up in Sean Payton's office.
Let me ask you this though, Jay. Hold on. Is Russ accountable for any of this? Reason being, Marshawn Lynch one time said he couldn't get in touch with Russ because he would have to like text Russ's publicist to get in touch with Russ and blah, 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 blah. Russ never spoke out, never diffused the situation. Legion of Boom has come out from Richard Sherman on Thursday Night Football. He called out Russ after a Thursday night game. Doug Baldwin recently went on Marshawn's podcast and with Mike Robb and called out Russell Wilson. But Russ never says anything. There is a part of me that's like, hey, Russ, eventually you got to say something. I hear Russ right before we came on set.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, bro, if you need a safe platform, holla at me. I saw Russ at the Super Bowl. Russ, it's Lala, Sierra, Russ. They all sit next to each other in the corner. I know Russ, but I ain't no type of groupie, right? So I go over there. What up, G? You good? Cool. Bet. I'm finna walk away. He's like, Acho, sit down. All right. I ain't got no beef. What's up, G? He's like, bro, how it went in Denver ain't nothing really like how they portrayed it to the media. I said, I know, I hate how they did you. I said, but talk to me. He said, bro, they came up to me and tried to make me change my contract. And I told him, hell no, I ain't gonna sign it. And they came up to him early, he said. He said they came up to him by like week 7, week 8, like right after they had beat the Chiefs. They didn't make the move until week 16, if y'all remember. It was just the last 2 games. But they had tried to go up to Russ early and tell him to remove the contract. The problem is Russ kept balling, so they could never bench him. You feel me? Like after Russ beats the Kansas City Chiefs and the Broncos had lost to the Chiefs, I believe 11 straight times, they could never bench him. I said, Russ, bro, why don't you say anything? And he was like, nah, that ain't really me. That ain't really me. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, if you don't create a narrative, the media will take one and create whichever one they feel like creating, Jay. So do you make Russ culpable at all for any of this, football or otherwise?
Well, I mean, Russ may have, he may have a little bit to do with it, but at the end of the day, I don't think them dudes disrespected him like Sean Payton has disrespected him.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, if Beast Mode says, man, I had to go through his publicist to get to him, that might be true. But after that, he ain't say this, that, and that.
Yeah.
He just said, man, I had to go through, and I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what Sean Payton is doing is really disrespecting Russ as a man in public.
Yeah.
Now, Beast Mode would have said, man, I had to go through his publicist, then he answered the phone, and he acting like this, and he acting like that.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's basically what Sean Payton is doing.
Yeah.
Hey, world, I want to let y'all know, bro, this dude kissing babies, he a sucker, man. And he ain't that good of a football player. Mm-hmm. That's why we want to play him instead of the rookie.
Hey, let me ask you this.
That's basically what he's saying.
And I want to ask you this, because we all family in here. Y'all family watching this show, obviously. We appreciate y'all watching. Y'all could be doing anything. Do you see Russ, do you, Care Bear, you're on the outside in. Obviously, James played in the league, or I played in the league, blah, blah, whatever that means. Do you see Russ as inauthentic? Because that's a large part of what Russ has gotten into is people see him as inauthentic. I don't. I think that Russ is just a incredibly God-fearing man who really wants to try to act like, look like, walk like, and talk like Jesus at all times. And that comes off as very inauthentic because when he should be mad, he's happy. When he should be sad, he's happy. Yeah. When he should be frustrated, he's happy. When he should be annoyed, he's happy. When he just gets benched for Jackson Dart, he goes to a children's hospital. And instead of tweeting like A.J. Brown might, he's just like, God's in control, God's got it. And people read that as inauthentic. I don't think Russ is inauthentic. I just think Russ is atypical. And we read that as inauthentic.
I'll put it this way, right? It's twofold. I do think he's a God-fearing man that tries to walk with the Lord as much as he possibly can. And that's what he genuinely tries to do on a day-to-day basis. I also think we're sitting here clapping, celebrating a 36-year-old man for standing up for himself the first time in the public eye.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. That's a little soft to me.
Wait.
I'm sorry. We're sitting here clapping, celebrating a 36-year-old man who's been in the NFL for a double-digit amount of years, who's led his team to Super Bowls for finally showing a little bit of pride.
Speaking up for himself.
And for speaking up for himself. In my honest opinion, it's not. Let
me ask you a corny question. I'm going to ask you a corny question. I hate that I'm about to ask you. I hate it. I don't want to.
Let's go ahead.
Russ asks himself this before he does things, so I got to ask you this. But Russ is probably asking himself, I'm asking you, what would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do? Of course.
As a corny, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I saw this post and I was mixed. Okay. Because I'm like, dang, Russ, I don't know if Jesus would have done that. And Russ, that's what you ask yourself before you behave. Russ isn't going to lash out like Kyler Murray. Okay. I think Russ is always like, I am called to be a man of God, a man of faith. I am called to live my life above reproach. I am called to be in the world, but not of the world. So while we all think clap back, cuss them out, don't take no BS from nobody, I think Russ is like, but Jesus took a lot of BS from a lot of people, and I'm supposed to be like Jesus.
Okay, it's twofold. Jesus was passive. Jesus was also not afraid of confrontation. Jesus was going to be understanding of different perspectives, but he was also going to tell you, this is what I believe, and this is how it's going to be. I think when you're looking at Russell Wilson, absolutely. I think it's crazy out of pocket what Sean Payton has been saying to him. I think, yes, he should want to walk in whichever way helps him the most, right? He should want to walk with the Lord and do the things for himself, his family, and be a good role model for his son and all of these things that I think he is. I've seen him before. I was at the Pro Bowl this year. Him and Sierra taking pictures with their family, just taking pictures together and stuff, while the rest of the dudes is over here just like messing around doing yada yada. He's full-time dad, and I understand that. On the flip side of it, though, like I said, he does, you had these players come out and say these things about him. Maybe he handled them privately, but the public narrative is that you didn't do anything. We also know some people, maybe he didn't say anything to them after it and didn't really close up those things. I think it's about clear and concise communication as well, though. Like, if someone's upset at you, you don't run away from it. You don't just hide from it. You let them know, hey, not what my intention was, not what I wanted to do. or wanted to make you feel, but this is how I actually meant to make you feel.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, I'm not saying he's soft. I'm not trying to say he's soft. I'm saying, though,
that's what Payton
as a 36-year-old man, no, I mean that's what he thinks. Is Sean Payton crazy for trying? You try the people that you think you could try.
Yeah.
Jonathan
100%.
Gannon goes up to a rookie running back, DeMercado on that contract and bangs him in the chest and then walks away because he knows if you hit me back, you really can't do nothing. He's doing that because he knows Russ isn't going to be the type to clap back or show up to the office and punch him in his face.
I hate this, Jay, because like
you're not trying Tom Brady like that.
I hate it because like, and Jay, you know me, you worked with me for maybe 5 years. I don't even remember. I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy.
But you ain't gonna take none of that stuff neither.
Hell no.
I know that.
Like, but on the surface, like people who look on the outside in, like, oh, Acho a square, Acho a sucker, Acho this, Acho that.
You're not taking none of that.
Try me if you want to.
And that is my
you know what I mean? Like,
that is my only thing with Russ. And I'm
But hold on. But is Russ better than all of us? Like, is Russ just a better human than all of us? Sure, I'm not going to take it. You're not going to take it. Care Bear not going to take it. But maybe Russ is just a better human than all of us. Maybe Russ has just figured it out. Maybe Russ has just reached enlightenment. Maybe Russ has just gotten to a level where all of this stuff is riffraff. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. I'm going to let God take care of it.
So why
God
now,
take care of
though,
them.
man? If he's better than us, why now? Because that's my only thing. If you're better than us, why now? No, you just got to a breaking point to where you like, I'm tired of all this BS. And I'm tired of the disrespect. That's enough, Sean Payton. Right? You done drug my name through the mud. That's enough. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't drug my name through the mud as a player. You drug my name through the mud as a person. And you got these people looking at me like I'm soft. You got these people looking at me like I'm selfish. You got these people looking at me like I'm not good player anymore. That's what you got the world looking at. That's why we talking about this. That's why we clapping for Russ being able to say something back. You brought up a good point, man. What would Jesus do? That's what you saying what Russ is, right? Well, Russ got kids too. He got boys. How long you gonna sit there and let your son get disrespected like this before you tell your son to speak up for himself? How long? Because I tell my kids right now, somebody do something like this, somebody disrespect you like that, you do what you got to do. I pick you up, take you to get ice cream. and that's just straight up like, what kind of messages you sending your son? You do not, as a man, that is one of the biggest things. Forget money, forget all that type of stuff. You don't disrespect me, man. And if you do, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. And
I'm going to let you know right there. And if you got a problem, we can step outside. This is his first time doing that.
You think Russ is only doing this now because he's not the starter? Because, Russ has probably realized, like, look, the Steelers ain't want me. The Raiders and Pete Carroll ain't want me. The NFL right now don't want me as a starter. So I ain't got nothing to lose no more. I had an image to protect when I was a starting quarterback. At the backup quarterback, everybody can get it. You think this has more to do with Russ reaching a breaking point, or Russ ain't the starter, so he ain't got nothing to lose? Cut me if you want to. I don't want to be a backup, no way. What y'all think?
I think it's the person who said it.
Oh.
There's probably some people right now, if they tweeted something, they don't rock with you.
Yeah, you know
respond.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I already know you don't like me. I'm responding. I could probably tweet something about you, but you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's the person who said it, and I think Russ is pissed off. And he like, I'm not finna sit back here no more and just let you keep dragging me like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's finally time to respond, and he did.
Care Bear, what's the chat talking about this?
I don't know. The chat all over the place. Some of them saying that Russ is just bad. That's not really what the conversation is about. The man's 36 years old in the later half of his career. Some of them saying, Train here calling me Chef Boyard Bear. He said I was cooking. He called me Brother Bear too. That's crazy. Some people say I'm not taking no advice from a dude named Care Bear. I'm not taking disrespect though. I'm sorry.
There it is.
I wouldn't put up with half of the stuff that Russell Wilson put up with. My name might be Care Bear, but I'm not getting tried like that. You got your mind?